Chapter 1, The Creation Myth. Pangu separates heaven and earth. Heaven and earth were dark and chaotic. In a very, very distant past, the sky and the earth had not yet separated. The universe was just a dark, chaotic mass, like a gigantic egg. Inside this egg, everything was mixed together in a state of disorder and chaos. Within this egg, after countless years, the creator god and ancestor of humanity, Pangu, was born. He grew and slept inside this egg for 18,000 years. One day, Pangu, curled up inside the egg, suddenly woke up. When he opened his eyes, he found himself in complete darkness, surrounded by sticky chaos, feeling extremely suffocated. He was extremely dissatisfied with his situation and could not endure the inherent darkness, oppression, and chaotic state. Using the strength he had accumulated over 18,000 years, he stretched out his arms and broke the egg's shell with a thunderous crash, causing the dark chaos to suddenly break apart. Then, an even more dizzying event occurred. The heavens and earth began to rotate. All the light and clear elements in the universe gradually rose and gathered to form the clouds in the sky, while the heavy and murky elements gradually sank to form the vast earth. At this moment, Pangu could finally stand between heaven and earth, freely stretching his limbs and breathing easily. Looking around, he saw a vast, clear, and transparent world. Pangu felt extremely comfortable. The new world, with its high sky and expansive earth, made Pangu feel unprecedented ease and happiness. As he wandered around, he suddenly thought, if heaven and earth merge again, wouldn't I have to live in chaos once more? Thinking of this, Pangu decided to protect his creation. He stood on the ground, holding up the sky with his hands to prevent them from merging again. Pangu stood between heaven and earth, changing as they changed. Each time the sky rose by a zhang, the earth thickened by a zhang, and Pangu's body grew by a zhang as well. He stood between heaven and earth, with wisdom surpassing the sky and strength surpassing the earth. Another 18,000 years passed. The sky had risen extremely high, the earth had become extremely thick, and Pangu had grown immensely tall. The towering giant stood like a pillar between heaven and earth, preventing them from returning to their original chaotic state. The sky continued to rise, and the earth continued to thicken. In this way, by the time Pangu was 36,000 years old, the sky had become so high that it was unreachable, and the earth had become so thick that it was immeasurable. Pangu's body filled the entire universe. This was a lifeless world, and the lonely giant stood between heaven and earth, holding them apart for an unknown amount of time. By then, the heavens and the earth had stopped changing, and their structures had essentially become fixed. Pangu, having gone through countless hardships, had aged significantly. Once he stopped his great task of holding up the sky and earth, he reached the end of his life. He was extremely tired and exhausted, and one day, Pangu finally collapsed and died. At the moment when Pangu's towering body was about to collapse, his entire body underwent a miraculous transformation. His breath became the gentle wind and clouds, his voice turned into thunder and lightning, the light in his eyes became the lightning, his left eye became the radiant sun, and his right eye became the bright moon. His limbs transformed into the four pillars that support the sky, his internal organs turned into the famous mountains of the four directions, his blood became the flowing rivers, lakes, and seas, his veins and muscles turned into the framework and roads of the earth, and his flesh became the fertile soil of the fields. His hair and beard turned into the countless stars in the sky, his skin and body hair transformed into the flowers, plants, and trees, and his teeth, bones, and marrow became the sparkling metals, hard stones, round pearls, and warm jade, becoming the treasures of the earth. Even the sweat on his body turned into rain and dew. In short, Pangu had become one with heaven and earth. This great creator hero, after using all his energy to create the heavens and the earth, gave every part of his body to the universe after his death, completing the final ascension of his life's journey. With his innate divine power and strong will, Pangu created the heavens and the earth and then gave everything he had to make this newly born world rich and beautiful. Pangu came into this world alone and left it alone, but he left a happy home for future humanity. This beautiful new world is now waiting for the appearance of humans.